This is what would you make. I'll talk a little bit more about that further into the video. Well, hello my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. This is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. So let's get crafting. All right, for DIY number 1, I had this piece of scrap wood. It's about 4 feet and 9 inches across, and it's already painted it. I had painted it and set it aside. So now I'm going to take this welcome stencil. I got this from Amazon and I've used it quite a few times, and I just laid it out on the board. And this piece is a sunflower. I'm going to use that for the O. And I just made sure that they were evenly spaced about 1 inch. And I took the sunflower stencil out because I'm going to be doing the letters first. And here is my Waverly chalk paint in black. And this is so thick, I had to water it down a little bit. So once I had that watered down, I took a sponge dabber. Well, no, I Mod Podged the stencil first. You want to make sure that you do that. This helps to prevent this paint from bleeding. And you can try as much as you like, and make sure that when you're doing this, that you're putting on sufficient Mod Podge. It doesn't matter whether or not you... And now that's done, I'm taking a sponge dabber and I'm going to just dab on the paint. Gently, not too much. I usually get a little bleeding every now and then, even though I use as little paint as possible, but that's an easy fix. I had only decided to do one DIY for this, not because I wanted to, but because that's all I had planned for this video. I didn't get to do anything else. But yesterday, meaning the day before the video was due, I said to myself, no, Christine, you have to try and do something else. And of course I did. So you will see what I did for the second DIY. So now that is done, I'm now removing the stencil. And then I took the heat gun and dried it. And of course, it did get a little bleeding. So I'm not wasting my paint. I'm putting the rest of it back into the jar. And those little areas that I had a little bleeding, I took my Oops paint. This is the same paint that I had used to paint the board before. So I'm just touching up those areas. And now that is done, my welcome. And now I'm putting on the sunflower stencil, and I did the same. I applied some Mod Podge, and here I'm mixing 2 shades of yellow. I believe one is yellow and the other is daffodil, folk art daffodil and apple barrel yellow. I did that because just using one would have been too bright and the other would have been too pale. So I mixed both to give me an in-between blend. And now I'm stenciling on the paint. This stencil brush that I got from Dollar Tree was a little too stiff. So I changed to a distressing brush. And that too was a little too stiff. Oh, I'm like, Christine, oh, come on. And then I remembered, oh, you have some finger sponge dabber. So here I'm using the finger sponge dabber, and that is what I should have used from the very beginning, but I forgot that I had it. And that went on even better. And here it is all done. I took the heat gun and I dried it. And then this is what I'm going to be using for the middle, which is antique wax. I took another finger dabber and dabbed that on. I didn't like how it looked a little too pale. So the same sponge dabber that I had with the black paint, I just went over that with it and then dried it. And now I'm removing the stencil, and this is what it looks like. Now, because of how the stencil is designed, too many open spaces. So I took the same antique wax and a fine brush, and I'm just defining some areas, painting in a little brown, giving it a rustic look, and so that it pops a little bit more from off the board. And this is where you can also test out your artistic skills. You either learn that you have it, or you learn it just by doing this. You never know. But you can do it according to how you like it. You can leave it without the further distressing, or you can add some little bit more yellow and paint out those white areas. I think this gives it a little vintage rustic sunflower look. And here it is, all done. I like this look. And I thought that the petals needed to pop a little bit more, so I took the brush again and just went in the center of those petals to give them further definition. And that is it. Now it's time to just go over everything with some Mod Podge. So I'm using my antique Mod Podge. No rhyme or reason. I just felt that this one, I haven't used it in a while, and so I chose to use it. Now I'm dabbing on the flower because if I use the brush, I felt that this antique wax for me tend to give me some bleeding with the paint. So I decided to dab rather than to stroke, because I didn't want the paint bleeding as I was applying the Mod Podge. And to water it down a little bit, just so it spread a little easier, I applied some water. And this is what it looks like, all done. Let me know what you think about that, guys. Now this is what would you make for April, as always hosted by Connie from Connie's Woodshop and DIYs, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and this month our guest host is Amy from Creatively Expressive. This is a playlist that I enjoy doing every month. I will leave the ladies' links down in my description box, as well as a link for the playlist. Make sure to check them out when you get done watching my video, as well as the playlist. Now we're moving on to my second DIY. I got this set of trays from Woodpecker's Craft for about $19 and some change. Now guys, this is a steal. Railwood already done for you. You cannot go wrong with this set of trays. I am a Woodpecker's affiliate. I will leave my link down in my description box below. You can check that out if this is something that you are interested in. For this video, I'll be working on the smallest box or the smallest tray. I did select the next size upward and work on that one in the background as well. So I sanded it down, and here I'll be using some Waverly Mineral, and I am giving that 2 good coats. And here it is, all done. Now for embellishment, I'm taking this rub-on transfer from Dollar Tree, and I selected the design that I wanted, and I'm going to transfer that on both sides. So I peel that off, place that down, and then use this little piece of wood to just rub that on. If you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Then I remove the top and here it is, and I did that for both sides. And I just used a little plastic that came off for burnishing. Now this is one of the tiles from the Dollar Tree, and that is what I'll be using on the inside. So I took my tape measure and I just measured the space on the inside and transferred that marking to the tile, measured the width and the length, and then cut that out with the X-Acto knife and my L square. And because I cut it in the middle, the bottom piece was kind of open, so I used some hot glue to just seal that. So after I placed it in the tray, there was still a little piece that needed to be removed. I just took the X-Acto knife and removed that. Let me take a moment to just thank my subscribers for your support. You guys are amazing. I am so thankful for you coming every time I publish a video and just supporting me. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Come along and join the DIY Craftaholic family and enjoy all the fun we have here on this channel. And this is where I said that because I cut it in the middle, the bottom part was lifting, so I just used some hot glue, not too much because this is plastic and you don't want it to melt. I just used enough to keep that piece down, and so I could return it to the box. And now that's all secured, I am going to place a piece of, this is jute rope. I got this from Temu, and I'm just going around the inside of the box. This is for further embellishment as well as to make sure that that inside piece stays in place. And after I went all the way around and met back at where I started, I just cut that off and used a little hot glue to glue down the end. And now that's all done, it's time to seal everything. I'm using my antique Mod Podge to seal this. Now guys, I have different types of Mod Podge. I have a lot for different purposes, I assume, but sometimes I don't know what is for what, so I just use anyone I can put my hand on at the time. And this is such a moment. And here is my box all done. Now for even further embellishment, you can stop here if you want, but I decided to wrap the handle with some jute cord. I just went all the way around wrapping, and I did that for both sides. And now that is all done, I'm just using the lighter to burn off the fuzzies and to just give this a finished look. And here is my box. I love it. Let me know what you think. And this is the second one. I mentioned that I was working on both of them at the same time, and here they are. Let me know what you think about these guys. I love them. And here we are for the final reveal. Guys, don't forget to check out the host channels. That's Brenda, Connie, and Amy, as well as the playlist. I will link that under the video in my comments, so for easy access. And if you would like to connect with me outside of YouTube, you can check my description box for my Linktree address. Another reminder that my giveaway is coming up next month. So if you have not yet subscribed, I'm aiming to get to 3,000 by next Tuesday, which is my birthday. And I will have a giveaway next month. So do subscribe if you have not yet done so. And continue, for those who have already subscribed, to like, comment, and share my video. That really does help my channel to grow and promote my videos through the YouTube algorithm. And if you love budget-friendly content like this one, I suggest this video right here. And for even more binge watching, I recommend this playlist. And stay safe, my friends, until my next one. Bye.